Chimpanzees are highly intelligent great apes, native to the forests and savannas of equatorial Africa, sharing approximately 98% of their DNA with humans. They live in complex social communities of up to 150 individuals, led by an alpha male, and exhibit remarkable behaviors including tool use, cooperative hunting, and cultural transmission of learned behaviors across generations. Chimpanzees are omnivorous, feeding primarily on fruit, leaves, seeds, and occasionally hunting smaller mammals like monkeys, and they communicate through a sophisticated system of vocalizations, facial expressions, and gestures that researchers have partially decoded to understand their social dynamics. Mangabeys are medium-sized Old World monkeys found in the rainforests of Central Africa, divided into two distinct groups, the arboreal mangabeys, genus Cercocebus, and the terrestrial mangabeys, genus Lophocebus. These social primates live in troops of 15-30 individuals and are characterized by their long tails, distinctive whooping calls that echo through the forest canopy, and cheek pouches used for storing food while foraging. They feed primarily on fruits, seeds, and invertebrates, playing crucial roles as seed dispersers in their forest ecosystems, though several species face threats from habitat loss and hunting. The Proboscis monkey is an extraordinary primate endemic to the mangrove forests and riverine areas of Borneo, most famous for the male's pendulous, bulbous nose that can reach up to 7 inches long and is thought to amplify vocalizations and attract females. These excellent swimmers have partially webbed feet and are among the few monkey species adapted to semi-aquatic life, often leaping from trees into water to escape predators. Living in harems led by a single dominant male with multiple females and their offspring, proboscis monkeys are primarily folivorous, with their specialized stomachs containing bacteria that help digest tough leaves and neutralize toxins, though this diet produces considerable methane gas. The Agile Gibbon is a small, acrobatic ape found in the rainforests of Sumatra, Borneo, and mainland Southeast Asia, renowned for its incredible brachiation ability that allows it to swing through trees at speeds up to 35 miles per hour, with arm spans reaching up to 5 feet. These monogamous primates form lifelong pair bonds and are highly territorial, with mated pairs singing elaborate duets at dawn to reinforce their bond and advertise their territory to neighboring groups. Agile gibbons display sexual dichromatism with varied coat colors ranging from black to brown to buff, and they feed primarily on ripe fruits, supplemented with leaves, flowers, and insects, spending their entire lives in the forest canopy and rarely descending to the ground. The ai is one of the world's most unusual primates, a lemur species endemic to Madagascar with bizarre adaptations, including continuously growing rodent-like incisors, enormous bat-like ears, and an extraordinarily elongated skeletal middle finger used for percussive foraging. This nocturnal creature taps on tree bark to locate insect larvae by sound, then gnaws holes with its teeth and extracts prey with its specialized finger, a feeding technique called percussive foraging found in no other primate. Despite being the world's largest nocturnal primate, IAs are considered omens of bad luck in Malagasy culture and are often killed on sight, contributing to their endangered status alongside habitat destruction. The Indri is the largest living lemur species, weighing up to 21 pounds, and is found only in the eastern rainforests of Madagascar, where it is easily recognized by its striking black and white coat pattern, barely visible tail, and haunting whale-like songs that can carry for over a mile through the forest. These diurnal lemurs live in small family groups of 2 to 6 individuals and are dedicated folivores, spending much of their day digesting tough leaves while clinging vertically to tree trunks with their powerful legs, which allow them to make spectacular leaps of up to 30 feet between trees. The Indri holds deep cultural significance for the Malagasy people, who traditionally protect them due to legends claiming they are ancestors of humans, though habitat loss has reduced their population to critically endangered levels. Howler monkeys are the largest New World monkeys and possess one of nature's most impressive vocal systems, with a specialized hyoid bone and enlarged throat that amplifies their calls into roars audible up to 3 miles away, used to communicate across their territory and avoid conflicts with neighboring troops. Found throughout Central and South American rainforests, these primates have prehensile tails that function as a fifth limb for gripping branches, and are primarily folivorous, spending up to 80% of their time resting to conserve energy, while digesting their low-nutrient leaf diet. Living in troops of 6 to 15 individuals, howler monkeys follow a polygamous social structure, where both males and females may mate with multiple partners, and their daily dawn chorus of territorial howls is one of the most characteristic sounds of the neotropical forest. The Hamadryas baboon is a distinctive Old World monkey from the Horn of Africa and Arabian Peninsula, where males sport an impressive silver-gray mane and cape that contrasts sharply with their bright red faces and rumps, making them appear significantly larger than the smaller brown females. These highly social primates live in complex, multi-level societies that can number in the hundreds, organized into one-male units, where a dominant male herds and guards 1 to 10 females, which then aggregate into clans and troops that sleep together on cliff faces for protection from predators. Sacred to ancient Egyptians who associated them with Thoth, the god of wisdom, Hamadryas baboons are omnivorous opportunists that forage for grasses, seeds, roots, and occasional small animals in their arid, rocky habitats where they have adapted to surviving on minimal water. Spider monkeys are among the most acrobatic New World primates, named for their extraordinarily long, slender limbs and powerful prehensile tails that function as a fifth hand, allowing them to move through the rainforest canopy with remarkable agility and speed across Central and South America. These highly intelligent, social animals live in fission-fusion societies of 15-25 individuals that split into smaller foraging groups during the day and reunite at night, communicating through a variety of vocalizations including barks, screams, and whinnies. Primarily frugivorous, spider monkeys play critical roles as seed dispersers by consuming large quantities of fruit and distributing seeds across wide areas. But their dependence on large tracts of undisturbed forest makes them particularly vulnerable to deforestation, and several species are now critically endangered. The silver gibbon, also known as the Javan gibbon, is an endangered ape endemic to the rainforests of western and central Java, Indonesia, characterized by its silvery gray fur that darkens with age and its distinctive cap of dark hair on the crown. Like other gibbons, these pair-bonded primates are territorial brachiators that defend their home ranges through elaborate duet songs performed by mated pairs, with males and females coordinating their calls in complex patterns patterns that strengthen pair bonds and warn off intruders. Silver gibbons are predominantly frugivorous, but supplement their diet with leaves, flowers, and insects, and they face severe threats from habitat fragmentation and hunting, with fewer than 4,000 individuals estimated to remain in increasingly isolated forest patches. The golden lion tamarin is a small, strikingly beautiful primate endemic to Brazil's Atlantic coastal rainforest, named for its vibrant golden-orange fur and the lion-like mane that frames its dark, expressive face. These endangered monkeys live in cooperative family groups of 2 to 8 individuals, where typically only the dominant female breeds, but all group members participate in carrying and caring for infants, with fathers and older siblings often carrying twins up to 90% of the time to reduce the mother's energy burden. Weighing only about 1 pound, golden lion tamarins are omnivorous and highly agile, using their long fingers and claw-like nails to extract insects from bark crevices and probe bromeliads for prey, and they have become an iconic symbol of conservation efforts that brought them back from the brink of extinction through captive breeding and habitat restoration programs. The Siamang is the largest of all gibbon species, weighing up to 30 pounds, and is native to the forests of Malaysia, Thailand, and Sumatra, where it is distinguished by its entirely black coat and an enormous inflatable throat sac that amplifies its booming calls into some of the loudest sounds produced by any land animal. These lesser apes form monogamous pairs that perform spectacular synchronized duets at dawn, with their territorial songs lasting up to half an hour and audible for over 2 miles, consisting of elaborate barks, booms, and screams that escalate in tempo and volume. Siamangs are primarily frugivorous, but consume more leaves than other gibbons, and they are the only gibbons with webbing between their second and third toes, a feature whose function remains somewhat mysterious to researchers, though they remain threatened by habitat loss and the illegal pet trade. Capuchin monkeys are highly intelligent New World primates found throughout Central and South America, named by Spanish colonists for their appearance resembling Capuchin monk's cowl, and are renowned for being among the most tool-using monkeys, regularly employing rocks to crack nuts, sticks to extract insects, and even using stone as weapons. These social, omnivorous monkeys live in groups of 10 to 35 individuals, led by a dominant alpha male, and feed on a diverse diet of fruit, insects, small vertebrates, and plant matter, using their semi-prehensile tails for balance while foraging through all forest levels from canopy to ground. Capuchins display remarkable problem-solving ability and have been observed in cultural transmission of behaviors, learning from one another how to use tools and process foods, which, combined with their dexterity and trainability, has unfortunately led to their exploitation in entertainment and as service animals, though they play vital ecological roles as seed dispersers and prey species in their native habitats. The Pileated Gibbon is a critically endangered ape native to the forests of Thailand, Cambodia, and Laos, exhibiting striking sexual dichromatism where males are entirely black except for white hands and feet, while females are buff or gray with a black cap and chest. These monogamous primates defend territories of approximately 50 acres through their characteristic duet singing, with pairs coordinating complex vocal exchanges at dawn that serve both to reinforce pair bonds bonds and establish territorial boundaries, and they spend their days brachiating through the canopy in search of their preferred foods of figs and other ripe fruits. Habitat destruction and hunting have fragmented pileated gibbon populations into small, isolated groups, with fewer than 35,000 individuals remaining, and conservation efforts focus on protecting remaining forest corridors and reducing illegal wildlife trade in this charismatic species. Squirrel monkeys are small, agile New World primates weighing only 1 to 2 pounds and found in the tropical forests of Central and South America, characterized by their olive or grayish bodies, distinctive white faces with dark muzzles and mouths often described as appearing like skulls, and their relatively large brains for their body size. These highly social, diurnal monkeys live in some of the largest primate groups, with troops sometimes exceeding 300 individuals that exhibit a fission-fusion social structure dominated by female, while males form bachelor groups and are only tolerated during breeding season. Primarily insectivorous and frugivorous, squirrel monkeys are exceptionally active foragers that cover large territories daily, using their long, non-prehensile tails for balance as they leap between branches, and their high-pitched chirps and peeps create a constant chatter in the forest canopy, where they live alongside other monkey species in peaceful coexistence. The Guereza, or mantled Guereza, is a striking Old World monkey found in the forests of Central and Eastern Africa, most recognizable for its dramatic black and white coloration, with long, flowing white fringes along its sides and a bushy white tail that contrasts sharply with its black body and face. These arboreal columbine monkeys live in small harems of one adult male with several females and offspring, spending most of their time high in the canopy where they feed primarily on leaves, using their specialized multi-chambered stomachs containing symbiotic bacteria to break down cellulose and detoxify compounds in their folivorous diet. Male Guerezas defend their territories with spectacular leaping displays and loud roaring calls at dawn and dusk, and females exhibit an unusual reproductive trait called the Bruce effect, where the presence of a new male can cause spontaneous abortion of a previous male's offspring, allowing the new male's genes to propagate. DeBrazza's monkey is one of the most visually striking Old World primates, found in the wetland forests of Central Africa and easily identified by its orange crescent on the forehead, white beard, and reddish-brown back that creates a distinctive appearance resembling an old gentleman. These shy, territorial monkeys are among the most cryptic primates, living in small family groups led by a bonded pair and remaining remarkably silent and motionless when threatened, often freezing for hours to avoid detection by predators or territorial rivals. Primarily frugivorous but opportunistically feeding on leaves, mushrooms, insects, and even lizards, DeBrazza's monkeys are semi-terrestrial and excellent swimmers, inhabiting swampy and flooded forests where they use their swimming abilities to escape danger, though habitat destruction and hunting have led to declining populations despite their relatively wide distribution. The Diana monkey is a strikingly beautiful Old World monkey native to the rainforests of West Africa, named after the Roman goddess Diana, and characterized by its distinctive white beard, chestnut back, black limbs and chest, and a white crescent on the brow that resembles Diana's bow. These highly arboreal and social primates live in groups of 15 to 30 individuals with a complex social hierarchy dominated by female, and they demonstrate remarkable vocal abilities with over 20 different alarm calls that can distinguish between specific predators like leopards, eagles, and chimpanzees, allowing other group members to respond appropriately. Diana monkeys are primarily frugivorous but also consume insects and flowers, and they frequently associate with other monkey species in mixed species groups that provide enhanced protection from predators, though deforestation and hunting for bush meat have rendered them endangered across much of their range. The Bonnet monkey is an adaptable Old World genon found across the forests of Western Africa, distinguished by its reddish-brown back, blue-gray underparts, white rump, and characteristic facial markings, including white mutton chop whiskers and pink muzzle spots. These opportunistic omnivores live in female-dominated groups of 10-35 individuals with typically one adult male, and they exhibit remarkable ecological flexibility, inhabiting primary and secondary forests as well as agricultural areas where they sometimes raid crop, leading to human-wildlife conflict. Bonnet monkeys are known for their athleticism and can make impressive leaps of up to 30 feet between trees. And while they primarily feed on fruits and seeds, they supplement their diet with insects, eggs, and small vertebrates, demonstrating the dietary versatility that has allowed them to maintain relatively stable populations compared to more specialized forest primates. The Barbary macaque is the only macaque species found outside of Asia and the only wild primate population in Europe, inhabiting the cedar and oak forests of Morocco and Algeria, with a small introduced population on Gibraltar. These tailless monkeys, often incorrectly called Barbary apes, live in large matriarchal troops of 10-100 individuals and display an unusual social behavior where males extensively care for infants, carrying, grooming, and protecting them in what researchers believe serves both to reduce infant stress and to strengthen social bonds between adult males. Omnivorous and opportunistic, Barbary macaques feed on leaves, roots, fruits, and insects. And while the Gibraltar population has become habituated to tourists and even aggressive in begging for food, wild populations in North Africa face severe threats from habitat loss, illegal pet trade, and human persecution, with numbers declining precipitously to endangered status. The bonnet monkey, also called the bonnet macaque, is a common Old World monkey endemic to southern India, named for the distinctive cap-like whirl of hair radiating from the center of its head that resembles a bonnet or hat. These adaptable primates live in female-bonded troop 10-30 individuals that exhibit complex hierarchical structures and fluid social behavior, and they have successfully colonized a variety of habitats, including forests, agricultural areas, and even urban environments where they often come into conflict with humans. Omnivorous and intelligent, bonnet monkeys feed on fruits, seeds, roots, insects, and, occasionally, human food, and they demonstrate sophisticated social behaviors, including reconciliation after conflicts, alliance formation, and cooperative infant care, though their success in human-modified landscapes has led to their classification as a pest species in some areas despite their ecological importance. The crested black macaque, or Celebes crested macaque, is a distinctive primate endemic to the Indonesian island of Sulawesi, instantly recognizable by its jet-black coat, prominent pink rump pads, tall punk rock-style crest of hair, and expressive face that gained internet fame through a controversial monkey selfie in 2011. These critically endangered monkeys live in female-dominated troops of up to 100 individuals that forage both arboreally and and terrestrially through rainforests, feeding primarily on fruits, supplemented with leaves, flowers, insects, and small animals. And they play important roles as seed dispersers in their island ecosystem. Crested black macaques demonstrate complex social behaviors, including long-term friendships, reconciliation after conflicts, and elaborate facial expressions used in communication. But their populations have declined by over 90% in recent decades due to hunting for bushmeat, habitat destruction, and capture for the illegal pet trade, leaving fewer than 5,000 individuals in fragmented forest patches. The rhesus macaque is one of the most widely distributed and well-studied primate, ranging from Afghanistan through India to China and Southeast Asia, and has become essential to biomedical research, contributing to discoveries including the Rh blood factor named after the species. These adaptable omnivorous monkeys thrive in diverse habitats, from tropical forests to urban areas, living in matrilineal troops of 2,200 individuals with complex dominance hierarchies where social rank is often inherited from mothers, and they demonstrate remarkable cognitive abilities, including self-recognition, numerical competency, and cultural transmission of behaviors. Rhesus macaques are highly opportunistic feeders, consuming fruits, seeds, roots, insects, and human food, and while their adaptability has allowed population expansion in some regions, including introduced populations in Florida, they face challenges from habitat loss and human-wildlife conflict in parts of their native range, and their extensive use in research has raised ethical concerns despite their contributions to human medicine. The drill is one of Africa's most endangered and distinctive primates, closely related to the mandrill but less colorful, found only in the rainforests of Nigeria, Cameroon, and Equatorial Guinea, and characterized by its robust bill, short tail, black coat, and the male's brilliant purple and pink rump and blue face. These largely terrestrial monkeys live in large hierarchical groups, called troops, that can number over 200 individuals, with males weighing up to 130 pounds, nearly twice the size of females, and displaying spectacular canine teeth used in ritualized yawning displays to establish dominance. Primarily frugivorous, but feeding on leaves, invertebrates, and small vertebrates when fruit is scarce, drills play important roles as seed dispersers and forest engineers, yet they remain critically endangered with fewer than 3,000 individuals in the wild due to severe hunting pressure for bush meat and catastrophic habitat loss, making them one of Africa's most imperiled mainland primates. The mandrill is the world's largest monkey species and perhaps the most colorful mammal on Earth, with adult males weighing up to 120 pounds and displaying spectacular facial coloration, including a bright red nose ridge flanked by blue ridges, purple and pink rumps, and golden beard, all of which intensify with dominance status. Native to the rainforests of equatorial Africa, particularly Gabon and Cameroon, these semi-terrestrial primates live in troops called hordes that can number over 1,000 individuals, the largest non-human primate aggregations, led by a dominant male whose extraordinary coloration and massive size establish his breeding rights over the group's female. Omnivorous foragers that consume primarily fruits, supplemented with seeds, fungi, roots, insects, and small vertebrates, mandrills are intelligent and socially complex, communicating through vocalizations, scent marking, and their elaborate visual signal, though their populations face threats from hunting and habitat loss, despite their stronghold in Gabon's protected forests.
Ow! 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 Ow!
The Proboscis monkey is the world's fastest primate, capable of running at speeds exceeding 35 miles per hour across the open savannas and semi-arid grasslands of Central Africa, earning it the nickname military monkey for its sentinel-like behavior and upright posture. These terrestrial monkeys have evolved remarkable adaptations for their open habitat lifestyle, including long limbs for speed, a body plan more similar to dogs than typical primates, and a unique social system where single males guard harems of females and act as decoys to predators, drawing attention while the group escapes. Primarily frugivorous, but feeding extensively on gum, seeds, and insects during dry seasons, Proboscis monkeys exhibit minimal sexual dimorphism in color, but extreme size differences, with males weighing nearly twice as much as females, and while they remain relatively common across their range, localized populations face pressure from habitat conversion and hunting. Snub-nosed monkeys comprise 5 species of striking Old World monkeys found in the mountain forests of China, Vietnam, and Myanmar, immediately recognizable by their distinctive upturned noses, thick fur adapted to cold temperatures at high altitudes up to 14,000 feet, and in some species like the golden snub-nosed monkey, spectacularly colorful pelade. These highly social primates live in extraordinarily large multi-level societies that can number up to 600 individuals, organized into one-male units that aggregate into bands and herds, and they spend most of their time in trees feeding primarily on leaves, lichen, fruits, and seeds despite the challenging seasonal environments they inhabit. All snub-nosed monkey species are endangered or critically endangered due to habitat destruction, hunting, and their specialized requirements for old-growth forests, with the Tonkin snub-nosed monkey in Vietnam being among the world's 25 most endangered primates, with fewer than 250 individuals remaining. The swamp monkey, or Allen's swamp monkey, is a semi-aquatic primate found exclusively in the swamp forests of the Congo Basin, uniquely adapted to its waterlogged habitat, with partially webbed fingers and toes that aid in swimming and the ability to hold its breath underwater while foraging. These stocky, greenish-gray monkeys live in small troops of 5 to 40 individuals and exhibit remarkable aquatic behaviors rarely seen in primates, including diving underwater to escape predators, swimming between islands of vegetation, and foraging for aquatic plants, fruits, and invertebrates, both on land and in water. Swamp monkeys are largely understudied compared to other African primates, but they demonstrate unique adaptations including oil-producing glands that may waterproof their fur, and while their remote swamp habitat has provided some protection from human pressures, increasing habitat degradation and hunting threaten their long-term survival in one of Earth's most biodiverse ecosystems. Talapoins are the smallest Old World monkey, with adults weighing only 2 to 3 pounds, and comprise 2 species found in the swamp forests and riverine habitats of Central Africa, characterized by their olive-green coats, white bellies, and large eyes that give them an alert, expressive appearance. These semi-aquatic, highly social primates live in large troops of up to 100 individuals that sleep in vegetation, overhanging water, for protection from predators, and they are excellent swimmers that readily enter water to escape danger or travel between feeding sites. Omnivorous and opportunistic, talapoins feed on fruits, seeds, leaves, insects, and occasionally fish and eggs, exhibiting more dietary flexibility than many forest primates, and their small size and adaptability to degraded habitats have allowed them to persist better than larger primates in areas with human disturbance, though habitat loss and the bushmeat trade still pose significant threats to their populations. Vervet monkeys are among Africa's most adaptable and widespread primates, found from South Africa to Ethiopia in savanna, woodland, and riverine habitats, and are notable for their gray-green coat, black faces, white tufts framing their cheeks, and in males, bright blue scrotums used in social display. These highly intelligent, ground-dwelling monkeys live in female bonded troops of 1070 individuals with multiple male, and they exhibit remarkably sophisticated communication systems, including distinct alarm calls for different predators, leopards, eagles, and snakes, that cause listeners to respond with predator-specific escape behavior, demonstrating what some researchers consider semantic communication. Omnivorous and opportunistic, vervets feed primarily on fruits, seeds, and leaves, but also consume insects, eggs, and occasionally fledgling birds, and their adaptability has led to both conservation success and human-wildlife conflict as troops increasingly raid crops and urban areas, though they remain important seed dispersers and prey species in African ecosystems while also contributing significantly to our understanding of primate cognition and social behavior through extensive field studies.